So Ally Carter, yes, that Ally Carter, just came forward with some explosive allegations that have the internet in a complete frenzy. And listen, I don't even know where to start, but we're gonna get into all of it. Ally is out here claiming, and I'm just gonna say it, that Bryshere Gray and August Alsina were allegedly in a secret, gay relationship. Yes, you heard me right. Not just friends, not just industry homies. A full-blown romantic entanglement, allegedly. But wait, it gets worse. Because according to Ally, both of them were also allegedly involved with Will and Jada Smith at the same time. Like, can you even process that? The layers, the audacity. And here's where it gets even more twisted, y'all. Ally is saying that this whole situation with the Smiths is allegedly what made August realize he was attracted to men. Like, this man went into that house one way and came out different. And Bryshere? Same story. After his alleged experiences with Will, he reportedly started engaging with men too. And now, word on the street is that Bryshere is allegedly on OnlyFans, exclusively with male partners. Exclusively. Not women, not couples, men. Let that marinate for a second. So now we gotta ask ourselves, what in the world happened behind those closed doors? What kind of mentorship was really going on? Because this is not adding up, boo. Let's rewind for a second. Because Bryshere Gray, he was that guy. At just 17 years old, he landed a role on Empire, one of the biggest shows on television at the time. He was young, talented, and Hollywood was ready to make him a star. This man had it all ahead of him. The fame, the money, the opportunities. He was on the fast track to becoming a household name, but then something happened. Enter Charlie Mack, Bryshere's manager at the time. Now, Charlie allegedly introduced Bryshere to Will Smith and Diddy as part of some kind of mentorship program. And on paper, that sounds amazing, right? Two of the biggest names in the industry taking a young black actor under their wing sounds like a dream come true. But according to Jaguar Wright, and y'all know Jaguar does not hold back, this so-called mentorship was not what it seemed. She's out here claiming that this program involved days-long freak-offs.
They're both bisexual, they do weird things in their house, and young men have left their house screaming to get away from them in their mentorship. Meek Mills, Bryshere Gray, left that house screaming. August the only one that stayed, and I guess he was really sick. He needed a dog.
Yes, you heard that right. Days, not hours, days. And if that's true, then we're not talking about mentorship, babe. We're talking about something much darker, something much more sinister. And that's where this whole story starts to fall apart. So what happened to Bryshere after all of this alleged mentoring? Well, his career didn't skyrocket. It crashed. This man went from being a rising star to spiraling out of control. He became addicted to substances, got arrested multiple times. His whole life just started unraveling in front of our eyes. And then in 2020, things got really dark. Bryshere's wife at the time had to literally escape to a gas station to call for help. She told authorities that he strangled her, assaulted her, hurt her in ways that no one should ever have to experience. The police showed up. SWAT was called. And Bryshere? He refused to come out of his house for hours. Like, what kind of mental state do you have to be in to do that?
Bryshere Gray, one of the stars of the hit show Empire. Tonight, we're seeing hours of new video from his July arrest that ended with his wife flagging down police and telling them the actor had her for hours inside their Goodyear home. The bizarre jailhouse interview lasting for 2 hours as they try to piece together a chaotic chain of...
Fast forward to 2022, and he was convicted of aggravated assault on another woman, another victim, another life affected by whatever was going on inside of him. And I can't help but wonder, what happened to that 17-year-old kid who just wanted to act? What happened to turn him into this? Because something or someone broke this man, and we need to talk about it. Now, Jaguar Wright has been out here for years trying to blow the whistle on Hollywood. And whether you believe her or not, what she's saying about Bryshere is chilling. Jaguar alleges that Bryshere's own mother, Andrea Mayberry, allowed Charlie Mack to hand her son over to Will Smith. His own mother, y'all. The person who's supposed to protect him allegedly let this happen.
And about Bryshere's mom, I'ma kick you in your in and I'ma go to work North Philly style. I'll kill. And Charlie, you happy now? He's a gay star. Are you happy now, Andy? For a book that didn't sell? I hope that new husband of yours leaves you. And maybe it's time you tell your son why his father is really in jail, his biological father, for all of his life and what you had to do with it. You can see
And according to Jaguar, Andrea came to her later, full of regret, begging for help. She realized what she had done. She knew her son was in trouble, but by then, the damage was already done. Jaguar told Andrea to cut ties with Charlie Mack immediately, get him away from her son, but Andrea didn't do it. She didn't act. And because of that, Will and Diddy allegedly continued to exploit Bryshere. Can you imagine? Your own mother, the one person who should have your back no matter what, allegedly selling you out for fame, for connections, for money? It's sick. It's heartbreaking. And if it's true, there are no words.
That bitch came to me and begged me for my help. I told her to get the away from Charlie. I did everything that I could do to get Bryshere, to help her get Bryshere out of California into Chicago State to be ready for filming. She knew she knew what Will did to him. But because of Charlie, see? And Charlie had promised her all kinds of things. And all she had to do was pretend to be a broken down single mom who worked her way up through the ghetto and raised a superstar for television, when the truth is she wasn't nothing but a drug dealer's whore. That's all she ever was. She went from dealer to drug dealer, and then she snitched on whoever she needed to snitch on until she could get to the bigger bag, until she got with Larry Lair, my friend who raised Bryshere in $1 million home. Your whole book is lies, Andy. And I hope anybody that bought it asks for a refund and demands it comes out of your pocket every time they see your son's gay porn. You and Charlie Mack. They trying to slay him out so he'll feel too embarrassed to file his lawsuit against Diddy for what Will and Diddy did to him. With Jaden and Justin present, that tape exists.
Okay.
I really hope none of that baby oil was used on those kids. That would just be in bad taste. Baby oil on babies.
You can't say that the flavor camp was sponsored by Johnson & Johnson. You just come on. Come on.
Starting to sound that way, ain't it?
No.
All that talent. And she let Charlie tune that boy up wrong, knowing that he was bipolar and had ADHD. What kind of mother would do that to her son? Turn him into a prostitute so you could pretend to be something more than what you are, which is nothing more than a Philly whore. You're a whore. You're a bigger whore than they're making your son out to be, that's for sure. Because he didn't have no choice. You was down by all. I'm sorry. The Bryshere conversation for me is not easy. Because I came to Belial and I asked Belial to help me save the kids, and all he was worried about was his fucking book.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Don't nobody care about these kids. Don't nobody care about these kids.
Now let's talk about August Alsina, because around this same time period, guess what Jada Pinkett Smith was doing? She was allegedly getting her own entanglement on with August. In 2020, August came forward publicly and revealed that he had been in a relationship with Jada, and not just a fling, honey. He said Will Smith gave him permission, like it was some kind of arrangement, some kind of understanding between them. But here's the thing. August later came out and said that being involved with the Smiths broke his soul. Those were his words. Broke his soul. What does that even mean? What happened in that house that was so traumatic, so damaging, that it shattered him from the inside out? And according to sources close to the situation, it was allegedly Bryshere who encouraged August to speak out, to tell the truth, to expose what really happened, because maybe, just maybe, they were going through the same thing.
I actually sat down with Will and had a conversation. He gave me his blessing, and I totally gave myself to that relationship for years of my life. Being intertwined in that way, walking away from it, butchered me. Like I'm shaking right now because it almost killed me. Not almost. It pushed me into being another person.
So when August first spoke out, Jada did what Jada does best. She denied everything. That's not true. We were just friends. All the classic lines. But then she got backed into a corner and she finally admitted it. But she didn't call it an affair. Oh no. She called it an entanglement.
Situation that I considered private, You just feel like it ain't really nobody's business. Yeah. But now Black Twitter has claimed it as their business.
When I were going through a very difficult time.
Yeah.
And we decided.
I was done with you.
Yeah, you kicked me to the curb.
I was done with you.
Yeah.
Marriages have that, though. Marriages have that.
Yeah, we basically, we broke up.
And then what did you do, Jada?
Well, I think from there, as time went on, I got into a different kind of entanglement with August.
An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
A relationship.
Yes, it was a relationship. Absolutely.
Like that somehow makes it better? Jada sat there on Red Table Talk and said she and Will were going through something, that she needed to feel good again, that Will wasn't fulfilling her needs. So she went and found someone who would. And then, here's the kicker. Jada later said that Will didn't even need to give her permission, that she gave herself permission.
And I could give permission in that particular circumstances myself.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. But what August was probably trying to communicate, because I could actually see how he would perceive it as permission, because we were separated amicably. Yeah. And I think he also wanted to make it clear that he's not a homewrecker.
So which is it, Jada? Did Will know or didn't he? Did he approve or did you just do whatever you wanted? The story keeps changing, and that's what makes it so suspicious. Because when you're telling the truth, the story stays the same.
I just wanted to feel good. It had been so long since I felt good. And it was really a joy to just help heal somebody.
And now, Ally Carter comes back into the picture with a whole new layer to this mess. She's claiming that Bryshere and August were allegedly in a secret romantic relationship with each other, that they were involved, that they had feelings for one another. And that's allegedly the real reason August spoke out about Jada. It wasn't just about exposing the affair, it was about exposing the pattern, the manipulation, the exploitation. Fans are now speculating that both men had their so-called sexual awakenings during their time with Will and Jada, that whatever happened in that house changed them, fundamentally, permanently. And if that's true, then this isn't just a scandal. This is abuse. This is grooming. This is powerful people taking advantage of young, vulnerable men who are just trying to make it in Hollywood. So what happened to these men after all of this came to light? Well, August Alsina publicly started a relationship with a man. He's been open about it. He's been unapologetic. And honestly, good for him for living his truth. But Bryshere, he's allegedly on OnlyFans now, creating adult content exclusively with trans women and men. And people are starting to notice a pattern, because it's not just these two. There are other men who've been linked to Will and Jada who have also had, let's call them shifts in their public lives. And at a certain point, you have to ask yourself, is this a coincidence or is something else going on? And let me tell you, the people are not happy. Social media is going off right now. Fans are dragging Bryshere's mother, Andrea, for allegedly selling her son out for fame and money. They're calling her every name in the book. And honestly, I can't say I blame them. Others are saying Bryshere needs to sue Will, sue Diddy, sue his mother, sue everybody involved in whatever allegedly happened to him. Because if even half of this is true, he deserves justice. He deserves accountability, and he deserves healing. So here we are, y'all, at the end of this absolute mess of a story. And we're left with one big question. Did Will and Jada turn Bryshere and August out? Did they manipulate these young men into something they weren't ready for? Something that changed them forever? Were Bryshere and August already exploring their identities, and the Smiths just happened to be part of that journey? I don't have the answers, but I want to know what you think. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want more tea, because honey, there's always more tea, make sure you click on the next video. Trust me, you do not want to miss it until next time. Stay messy, stay curious, and keep your eyes open. Because in Hollywood, the truth is always stranger than fiction.